Hello KFW Wrestling fans, I'm sitting next to none other than Shane Williams. And you have a lot of questions, Shane, that needs to be answered. So I'm going to start off like this. Why would a man who was raised in East Tennessee target this area so negatively?
So negatively? You know, I not only was born and raised in Maryville, Tennessee, but I also was trained to be a professional wrestler in the back of a country kitchen and a pool hall in Maryville, Tennessee. And you know what that taught me? It taught me to better myself. It taught me that when I became and I wanted to call myself a professional wrestler, that yeah, I got to start at the bottom, but I got to work my way slowly to the top. So, you know, start at the country kitchen, go to a pool hall, the next thing I know, I'm backstage at TNA shaking hands with Hulk Hogan.
Okay, Shane, but the same way that you worked your way up to the top is the same way that all these guys in this area is doing, and you're always coming out. You're always downgrading them. That's what you're doing, Shane.
I downgrade them because they don't persevere. They stay the same. There's all the guys that I came up with, all the guys I used to go do shows in Maynardville with, all the guys I used to go do shows in Rockwood, Tennessee with, all the guys I used to go to shows and do little shows in Kentucky or, you know, Morristown with, stuff like that. And see, the difference between them and me is they're content with doing that. They're content in wrestling in front of 50 people, 10 people. When I got into professional wrestling, I wanted to be able to call myself a professional, look like a professional wrestler. I wanted to be able to go out in public and go shopping, and I wanted people to stop me and go, hey, that's Shane Williams. That's the king of Knoxville, Tennessee right there. You know, that's what I wanted. But you know what everybody else did? Everybody else said, you know what? I want to go wrestle in Maynardville, Tennessee. I want to go to Morristown. No, that's their loop. You know what I'm doing this week? I'm a professional wrestler because I got bills to pay. And if I don't wrestle, I don't pay bills, I don't have a roof over my head, and I don't have food in my mouth. That's what makes me different than the rest of these guys.
But the problem with this is you say the guys that you came up with, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, then why target out me? Why target out KFW, huh? We're not them.
No, you're
Why
not.
target out my show?
Oh, I'll tell you exactly why. One night, I was riding in the car with Chase Stevens, and I was telling him about KFW wrestling that takes place in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, every Friday night, every other Friday night. And what came to my attention and his attention was, I just got back in from Orlando, Florida. Well, I spent a little time out there vacationing, and it's a vacation spot. But so is Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and all the traffic that comes into Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, right? All the numbers, all the revenue, all that money that comes in here, right? I can set an example here. I can show professional wrestling, you know, what it's supposed to be like. I can show these guys, you know what? Look what I've done. But what have you done? How much money have you made in this business? You haven't made anything. You got guys making $10 that call themselves professional wrestlers. These guys call themselves professional wrestlers and they make $10. $10 and you're going to call yourself a professional wrestler? That's not right, is it? How can I sit beside a guy? How can I sit beside a guy in a locker room, right? I got to sit beside a guy in the locker room, right? This guy that's changing right next to me, that started in the same area as me, right? And he's making $10, right? And I'm clearing at least $300 that week, right? I know that's not like, you know, John Cena money, and I know that's not like Kevin Nash money or anything like that, but still, I started off at $10. I started off at $10. I remember going and making $10, and from making $10, struggling to get gas in my car, praying to Jesus Christ, oh my God, hopefully I might sell a pitcher for $2 so then I can get me something to eat on the way home from the dollar menu at McDonald's. But you know what these guys do around here? These guys that started wrestling and call themselves professional wrestlers trained with me. They trained with me. They were giving me suplexes. They were giving me back body drops. They were giving me the hip tosses and everything like that. And you know what they've done? You know how many legends they've been in the ring with? You know how many different shows outside of East Tennessee they've been on? I can tell you this many. Right there.
Let me tell you something. You walk into every locker room, not only here, but every locker room, and you're a hated man. And it's because of the smug attitude.
No.
The cocky, arrogant attitude right here.
No.
You're always breaking somebody down, am I correct?
No.
How do you feel walking in to every locker room in East Tennessee and people don't like you? You're not a liked man.
That's fine. How many people do you like that makes more money than you do?
I mean, do I gotta beat that into your head, Wes? Huh? Do I?
No, you don't. The fact of it is things are going on here for a reason. Now I'm the brains of this operation here, okay? And things are changing for the better. You know what we've done to guys around here? Do you know what? I know what you've done. I brought in some muscle, right?
Yeah, I know what you've done.
And I'm being the brains of this operation. We're changing. We're changing the face of professional wrestling here in East Tennessee. Do you know what? You know what I gotta look at when I think of East Tennessee wrestling? I get to hear people go, "You wrestle with those big fat guys that still pretend to be wrestlers. You wrestle with those skinny little punk kids, white trash hillbillies that still think that they're wrestlers." That's what I got to hear about. So you know what? I've taken it upon myself to change it all. And you know how you change things? You change things by making one guy quit every show.
So you basically tell me that you find comfort in going around downgrading this area. The same area, right? Ron Wright came from here, okay? You were so big on old school wrestling and you contradict yourself at every damn turn. No, you contradict yourself at every turn. Ron Wright came from here.
Yeah.
Several legends came from here. Yet you're going to run down this place.
But what has Ron Wright done for me? He hadn't done anything for me.
Ron Wright paved the way for you, Wes.
Wonderful.
Didn't you get that?
Good job. Good job. But what has he done now? I know the stories of Ron Wright. I know what he's done. I know the stories of Whitey Caldwell. I know about Les Thatcher. I know about the old Continental days. I know about the old USA Championship Wrestling days. I know about how the Kazanas used to run at Channel 10. I know all that stuff. But the fact of it is, the territories are dead. And you know why the territories are dead in professional wrestling? Because the guys don't try. You know what they do? You know what they do? They don't do anything. They have too many kids, right? They're worried about chasing tail, right? They're worried about, if they're going to be able to pay their bills because their shoot job at McDonald's ain't cutting it, and they're pushing buggies at Walmart. Because you know what? They wanted to be professional
You're going to
wrestling.
tell me some guys don't care. You're going to tell me that Derek Barton didn't care whenever he went toe-to-toe, huh? With Chase Stevens, huh? Ryan Clark, huh? You're going to tell me he doesn't care? Let's take this about KFW, okay?
Yeah.
You targeted us out for a reason.
I did.
And I want to know the reason.
Well, here's the reason. Somebody's about to step up. Somebody. I dare you. Somebody out there, step up. Do something. Make me leave. Make me go back to Nashville. Make Chase Stevens go back to Nashville. Make us go someplace else and prove things are different in East Tennessee. Because they're not going to change. Until Derek Parton quits. Until that goofball brother of yours, Isaac King, quits. We already know about what ketchup in somebody's eye does, right? And I heard while I was
No, let's just stop right there. Let's go to the purposely hurting people, huh? Did you purposely hurt John Sullivan? Huh? Did you purposely hurt John Sullivan? Did you?
Purposely?
Yeah, purposely.
Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Have you seen this? This is your guy.
What kind of satisfaction do you get?
This is your guy.
What kind of satisfaction could you possibly get out of that?
What kind of satisfaction?
Hurting another human being.
You know what happens? You know what happens when your roster wrestler decides that he can't take it anymore? You know what happens? That's a free spot. That's a free spot right there. That anybody, if they have the heart, the will, and the dedication to step up and be a professional wrestler, because obviously he's not, that they can fill in that spot. And you know what they might be able to do? They might be able to change wrestling here in East Tennessee too.
Well,
Because that's what needs to happen. That's what needs to happen.
What happens when somebody gets you in the ring and shoots on you, Shane? Huh? What about when somebody gets in the ring and shoots on you, huh? How funny is it going to be then, huh?
You know what will be funny?
What? Me?
No.
You having to go back to your gym job is what I think will be funny.
Then what happened?
Train people. That's what you have to be doing.
That's what I wish
That's
I
what
could
you
do
have to
around
be
here.
doing.
That's what I wish I could do around here. I wish I could take all these backyard wannabe pro wrestlers and get them all in the ring and teach them exactly what it means to be a professional wrestler. See, being a professional wrestler isn't just getting in the ring in your little spandex tights. No, I live, I breathe, and I sleep professional wrestling. I've been on the phone today talking wrestling. I've been watching wrestling. Matter of fact, you know what? I got the money to pay for cable, but I had my cable cut off just so I can study wrestling tapes. And I can be the best professional wrestler. And that's what's going to happen right here. Right here at Black Harvest 5. You know who I'm wrestling at Black Harvest 5?
Oh, I know who you wrestled at Black Harvest 5.
Yeah, I'm wrestling the single most money-making wrestler to come from this state. There's not another wrestler that has come from Tennessee and has made more money in this business.
Okay, so what are you going to do whenever Jerry Lawler walks in and thinks the same thing about you? Huh? You've never been on Monday Night Raw, Shane. You've never even been to TNA. What's Jerry Lawler going to think about you? The same thing that you think about all these East Tennessee wrestlers. You contradict yourself. That's what you do.
I'll tell you what's going to happen. It's going to be really awesome when I get in the ring with Jerry Lawler. And if I'm able to punch him right in his eye and give him the biggest black eye he's ever had in his life. And I don't even care. You know what, that night, he might get lucky. That 62-year-old old man might get lucky, because I'll tell you what, he's been wrestling for 38 years.
Well, you obviously must like him because you stole his gimmick.
I did. You know why?
You
Because
sure
he's
did.
62 years old, and it's actually kind of sad to watch a 60-year-old man come out to the ring with a crown.
That's why I stole his gimmick. Right? But the fact of the matter is, it's going to be really great to get in the ring with Jerry Lawler in East Tennessee, the area that I started from, right? And I tell you what, like I said, I came from the bottom. I came from the bottom.
And
There's
you
no mistake about it. I have came from the bottom in this area of wrestling and dive promotions, dive houses, dive restaurants, dive pool halls, dive armories. I've done it all right here. And the one thing I'm going to be able to do is I get in the ring with this guy right here, as I want to punch him right in the eye, and I'm going to show him that what happens when he gets in the ring with a real professional wrestler. So when he goes back to work on Monday and he walks up to John Cena, or he walks up to Randy Orton, or if he walks up, God hoping, to Vince McMahon himself, and they go, "Hey Jerry, what happened to your eye?" He can look at him and tell him that the real king in East Tennessee punched me in my eye, and I decided to quit professional wrestling. Then what's this area going to do? They're going to do exactly what I say every time I talk. They're going to respect me. And that's what's going on here. What's going on from day one is I got to deal with haters. I got to deal with a bunch of jealous punks. I gotta deal with guys that decide to go off and have about 8 kids, and they can't afford to chase their dream anymore. I'm doing it all. And they all hate on me. That's exactly why they hate me in the locker room. Because I'm the best.
No, they hate you. They hate you because you're an ass. Okay? And you can talk about all these other shows all you want, but when it comes to the letters KFW, I take it personal.
I know you do.
And I can tell you this, you're not going to kill KFW.
We'll see.
You or Ryan Clark are not going to kill KFW. Because you want to talk about wrestlers? Derek Parton and Isaac Kane, they're not wrestlers, they're fighters. And if I can recall, they've whipped your ass several times, correct?
We've tried. But I'm still here. I haven't quit.
And neither have we. And we're not going to quit. Do you understand that, Wes? We're not going to quit.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we will.